Time to talk all things NASCAR, and who better to help us out? NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell. Appreciate you jumping on.
Hey, thanks for having us. Coming off a terrific conference. So as always, you guys did a great job.
Well, let's talk about your new role, newly minted president of NASCAR. How have you been settling into the new position?
You know, it's a lot of the same in terms of, what I've been doing, really working more closely with Steve Phelps, aligning kind of all of our different departments within NASCAR. Like, here's the vision. Here's where we want to go the next 3 to 5 years. Getting to know some of the different departments a little bit more, coming from the competition side originally. So it's been fun. I think, the start, we've got a lot of great people. So, just letting them do their job is going to be key to our success.
Steve, coming into this season, one of the bigger things for NASCAR were the new media rights partners.
Yeah.
Some new, some returning, obviously. But one of the big new ones with a full season for the Xfinity Series was the CW.
Yeah.
Some really impressive numbers coming out of the start of the season. How has the relationship been, particularly with the CW?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. And, you go back when Steve and Brian were out talking to potential media partners, CW came up and really at the time was like, maybe, is this for real? And as things developed and we saw what they wanted to do and believe in the sport, especially around Xfinity, we were all in. Still a bit of a gamble to see how it would work out, and it's been fantastic. We're able to work with them with our new production facility, really liking what we're seeing from the broadcast, and the fans have tuned in and really supported it.
Speaking of your media efforts, we finally know season 2, full speed, come out on Netflix, but a little bit of shift this time for season 2 on when the release is coming down. I think it was much earlier in the year for season 1. This one's going to be a May release. Why the change in the strategy there?
Yeah, you look at kind of what's out there, right? And we've got a lead in with the Daytona 500. We had a lot of good things going with the Clash, and we felt like this would be a good time kind of as a reset to have folks tune into the sport that maybe don't watch races and come in through this avenue and then really lead into our Amazon Turner portion and then stay with us through NBC.
Now, you and Steve and the rest of NASCAR have been really creative and innovative in new places, new tracks, new events that you've been trying in recent years, Chicago and the like. What are some of the initiatives into the future we should be eyeing for NASCAR?
Yeah, I think, that continuation. So, but doing it right. We want to embrace our roots. So I think you'll see us do some more around some local short tracks, like we did at a Bowman Gray, but then go to some big markets and some big cities. We don't have a lot of those opportunities, but so we want to do them right. Chicago Street's been awesome. Mexico City this year is going to be fantastic. And then there's a lot of work that Ben Kennedy's doing around where could we kind of evolve that next story and look for some partnerships and some new cities as well.
You guys are also doing some innovative stuff around sports betting, sports gaming. What are some of the new initiatives there?
I think just educating fans on, what they can do, as you bring them into NASCAR. It's a complicated sport. But once they're there and they see all the different avenues you can come in and really engage in the sport, we've got the new in-season tournament this year that kind of sets itself up around sports betting. So really going to lean into that and then continue to educate fans on, who the drivers are, what the trends are, and using a lot of the data that we have as well.
All right, Steve, we'll get you out of here on this. What is the biggest thing on your plate that you have right now?
The biggest thing would probably be just looking forward, working with Steve to really set us up for the next 5 to 10 years and then kind of working backwards. We're all in. We got a lot of projects. We don't give ourselves as much lead time as we probably need. So just getting ahead of that with the industry and working backwards, setting us up for success.
Well, plenty of NASCAR left this season. Some big races coming up. Talladega, Charlotte, All-Star and the like. A whole lot of new media partners. NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell, appreciate you chatting with us.
Appreciate you. Thanks for the time.